I thought we started off really well, which was great. Got the early lead, and this just became a game of runs for us. They went on a little run, I think, in the third. We were able to kind of control it back by the end, and then for most of the fourth, I thought, our players did a phenomenal job of just finishing out the game. We got to the free throw line. I think somebody said we maybe missed one free throw. Is that right? One free throw by the end of it, and that's what we want, to get to the end. Let's win it from the free throw line, because that's one of our strengths as a team. So just really proud of the way we battled. Again, it was really physical, and sometimes that takes a toll on you a little bit more mentally than it does actually physically. But we found a way.
Thank you, Coach. Now we're going to turn it over for questions for our players only.
The Coulter Nuanez Skyline Sports. You guys have won games at this tournament before, a couple last year. Did that give you some confidence coming into today?
Well, the group that we have, I think only 2 have actually been here. So I think this game is what gave us the most confidence, honestly. For me, just being here, I'm pretty comfortable in this gym, but I think as a group, getting this one under our belt is what's given us the confidence for the rest of the tournament.
Delaney, she hit her first 5 shots, and then they started really keying on her. Did that open some things up for you, and how were you able to get going, especially in the second half?
I mean, yeah, they're always going to key on Hannah, so she's obviously like one of our best players. So I think we just did a good job of kind of playing off each other, and teammates did a great job of finding the hot hands when we needed it.
Perfect. My name is Simon. I'm from Weber State's The Signpost. This is a question that goes for both of you. Last year, you guys obviously got to a similar spot, right? You got past the first round and went up against a very tough Idaho State team. You guys are going up against the number 1 seed Northern Arizona. Does having an experience like that last year kind of help prepare you for this next game that's coming up?
I definitely think it does, but again, this group, they haven't been here, so that's why I think just every day is a new day for them. We're going to gain experience as we keep on winning, and we're just going to go into it as every other game. We're going to get ready and prepare, and we'll be ready to go.
Absolutely. And then Delaney, just kind of following up on that, what are some things that it takes to be able to compete against a number 1 seed like that and get further in the tournament?
I mean, I think first of all, we have to believe that we can beat any team. Like last year, I know, as Hannah said, like our team is very different from last year, but they believed it, had a similar situation, and you go in there with some confidence and you just play as hard as you can, and you buy into the scout and what we got to do, what the coaches tell us to do, and set ourselves up for success, hopefully.
Hannah, going to you. Great start to your first quarter, I think 13 of your 19 points in that first quarter. How important was it to get an early start, especially in a game like this where you knew it was going to be physical?
Well, I just wanted to be aggressive early, help our team out. I got some open looks, I put them in, and then everybody kind of followed along and things went good. And, feed the hot hand, we're really good at doing that. And then it was Delaney's turn, other people got involved. I think we just do a really good job, like Delaney said. When people are scoring, we try to get them looks. So that helps a lot when you got teammates who know the situation.
And then Delaney, a career high 29 points. You kind of mentioned it before about how Hannah got a hot start and kind of opened it up for you. But just what does that mean in a setting like this to get a win early and to have a performance like that early in the tournament?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, personally, I think it's a confidence booster. Obviously, I've never been here before, so it's a new environment for me, and then confidence booster for our team as well. And once again, I think that we just did a really good job of kind of taking what they were giving us, and we just got to keep that up.
Will Hopkins, NAZ Today. You guys shot 55% today. What was it like? We've talked about how the hot start got you guys going. Was it just confidence from there on out, just to keep shooting and to know that the ball was going to hit the bottom of the net?
I think our mindset is always just getting a score and then getting a stop. I don't think we ever think about, oh my gosh, we've hit 4 in a row, like it's going in again. I think we just are dialed into the possessions game and how important it is to get that stop, get that score, and just piece them together, and ultimately that's how you win.
Yeah, I think we also did a really good job this game, especially of just taking high-quality shots. I mean, obviously you don't have that field goal percentage when you're not taking open looks and getting your teammates open looks, so that definitely helps as well.
Colin Coles with Weber State Signpost. So coming, like Delaney, you guys coming in with big numbers towards the end of the game. How is it that you came into the mindset with them coming back, cutting the lead down to 4, and kind of transform it into a 9-11-point lead towards the end of the game?
I mean, the mindset is like, yeah, we let them go on a little bit of run, but we just got to squash it, and we have to, get one stop at a time and follow that with great execution offensively. So, and just keeping our composure is huge too. I think we have a young group, so just being able to stay calm and collected and knowing that, hey, we still have the lead, that we're still in a really good position and we just have to build off of it.
they both mentioned it, but the story all year was just how young you guys are and how many new players you have. So obviously this team grow, and what was it like preparing a team with 9 freshmen for the conference tournament?
We've said all year we have youth power, but we all know there's no substitutes for experience. So we did everything that we could. We have a young group that actually prepares really well. And that's not just from the basketball side, it's academics, it's everything. So I think, you know, we only had 2 players that played last year in this tournament with us. So as they both said, a lot of new faces. We've only had 4 players on our team that ever played in a conference tournament. So we had a couple of the players share what the experience was going to be like. And I thought we were, you know, a little revved up in the beginning of the game, but we've been that way almost all year long. Every place we've gone to has been new for almost 90% of our team. Every building we step into, every court. So this was a neutral court for us, and that was something that was going to maybe be to our advantage. You know, we had some fans in the stands. We could hear them back behind us, which was awesome. And I just thought it took us moments to settle in and relax. I mean, we shot a high percentage, but I would also counter that with we turned it over quite a few times too. So we either were putting the ball in the hole or handing it maybe back to the other team. So a lot of pieces that, you know, just allowed us to have some moments that allowed us to have success. But I'm proud of our players, especially the young ones that have never, you know, we're going to get seniors and juniors, and we have a lot of freshmen out there running around.
It looked like you guys might have a little bit of trouble going into the second quarter. Weaver State engineered a run there at the end of the first, and then you guys hold them to 0-10. How important was that second quarter from a defensive perspective?
We had trouble because we started turning over the basketball, and we were fouling. They were getting to the free throw line. The clock was stopping. They were putting points on the board. I think Darian Hickok she went 6 for 6 in the first half from the free throw line. So there was just those moments that, yeah, we needed to grab hold of it. And I think they scored 5 points, right, in the second quarter. And I think we scored 12. I wish we would have scored 19 or 20 to really get that lead pushed up going into halftime. But, again, their style and what they do, you can't take a possession off. It's literally like you're being attacked the entire game with their style of play. But, yeah, I'm glad that we held them to the 5, and that 11-point lead means everything. Because at their place, the second time we played them, they went on a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. So you need every inch that you can to pad. I mean, I don't think we held her to anything. She did a great job. I mean, she got all her points from the free throw line and 15 points and 10. So she had a double-double against us. She's tough. She is tough matchup for some of our guards. She's very physical. And again, I thought she was able to bully some of our guards a little bit and just get to the free throw line with her physicality. So, I mean, I give her credit because there was moments we thought we had her contained, and then, you know, she's making another move and getting herself to the free throw line.
The second year in a row, you're going to be facing the #1 team in the quarterfinals at NEU. You took NEU to overtime early in the season. What do you kind of need to do, especially with that experience last year against Idaho State? You know, how are you going to prepare for that one?
Yeah, again, it doesn't really matter at this point of the year what we did last year. Northern Arizona is the top scoring team in our conference right now. So our ability to hang in there and score with them is going to be important. They play with a lot of pace and tempo. Their point guard, Regan, what's her last name? Skink. Phenomenal at controlling the pace of what they do. So we have this day, or less than 24 hours right now, of prep. We did just play them maybe a week ago, I think on their senior night. And a close game. What's happened with their games, there's been a quarter that we lose them in. So we got to figure out how to buckle down and play solid 4 quarters if we're going to walk away with that win.
Our final question for Coach.
Hey, Coach. So the saying goes, the coach runs the team throughout the season, and the players can presume the results towards, like, in tournaments like these. What does it mean from your standpoints of how these new players stepped up and were able to edge in front of Weaver State?
Who says that?
That was actually something said last year with Montana State when they beat Weaver State was season as coaches and then tournament as players, I guess. So, yeah.
And I think to piggyback, you know, we talk a lot about having a player-led team, right? And yes, by the end of the year, I got these 2 right here who are our ultimate leaders, show up every day. I mean, Delaney Byrne just had almost 30 points in a conference tournament game. So you have players that are setting the tone. And if you really pay close attention, because we are young, you're going to hear them talking and demanding kind of stuff from their teammates all throughout the game. But that's our expectation, is that we are led through the locker room, right? That we have built a good culture, that they understand excellence and how we show up every day, and how we conduct ourselves with class, and just the level that we want to, perform at every single night. So we take pride in putting that UNC jersey on and representing our university. And I think even though, because we're young, it's harder to say I am a leader on the team, just showing up every day and setting that standard. Even if you're a freshman, it doesn't matter. But I would say this team has really taken its identity, and we've needed every game this season. So I think this is game 30 that we played. We have needed all 30 games to learn and grow. And some people have talked about, is it steps forward, steps backwards? No, it's growth. It has been growth for us all year long. And that's the beauty of the game, and the beauty of these young ladies is that they continue to step up to the fight every single night and take on the challenge of maybe teams that are a little bit more veteran than they are.
Great, thank you, Coach.